Hey everybody, good morning. Good morning. I hope your day is going fantastic today. So, what are we gonna do? We're gonna make some brownies. I feel weird. Okay. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I have a microphone plugged in. Have I ever done this before? No, I haven't, but we're gonna give it a try. Okay. So, words. So I've been making brownies since about middle school. My mother taught me how to make brownies, and now I've been making brownies for years and years, and I am the designated brownie maker in my family. So whenever someone wants dessert, especially if it's my stepdad, it's brownies. That's the only thing, and I'm not allowed to mess with the recipe either. I have to make it pretty much the same way every time, but that doesn't mean that I haven't played around with it before. So today I'm going to show you how to jazz up brownies just using regular box mix. It's super easy, it's super fun. I always enjoy doing it. So with that, let's get started. You'll see behind me that I have a brownie pan right here, probably a 9.5 or an 8.5 by 11. I'm not 100% sure. But what I do is I get a piece of parchment paper and I sort of just lay it on top of the pan and I spray it with grease. Parchment paper is fantastic. It's going to be so much easier to pull your brownies out of the pan than if you were to just put them directly in the pan. I'm not worried about pressing the parchment paper down. The brownie mix will actually do that for me once I pour it in. So I have that prepared, and I also have the oven preheating behind me. So with that in mind, let's go over the ingredients or what we have. So I have this mixing bowl. This is a large mixing bowl. I double the recipe. So I use 2 boxes of brownie mix. For extra thick and fudgy brownies. So I have a larger mixing bowl. I have measuring spoons. Okay. I have a liquid measuring cup. It is different than regular measuring cups because this is specifically for measuring liquid. All right. And then finally, I have my regular dry ingredient measuring cups. Mine are narwhals because my friend Emily is awesome and she got me these really cool narwhal measuring cups as a going away gift. So shout out to Emily and to Cracker Barrel. Thank you very much. All right. So here we go. You need 2 boxes of brownie mix. I typically use Duncan Hines, but you can use whatever you want. Ghirardelli works really well also. But what I usually try to do is I try to mix them up. So I have one that's like a chocolate chunk right here. And then I have this other one that's supreme fudge. So we're going for extra chocolate. I don't skimp on the chocolate, all right? But you can do one that's dark chocolate, milk chocolate. You can do a fudgy and a milk chocolate. That's really up to you. But I use 2 boxes. I use 2 boxes for 2 what? All right. Milk, okay? We're going to be following the recipe on the back of the box, but I like to jazz things up. So instead of using water, I'm going to be using milk, specifically almond breeze because I have a milk sensitivity. So I'm going to be using milk instead of water. You'll need eggs because that's another ingredient on the back of the recipe box is eggs. And you're going to need oil as well. That's a big one. And our oven just beeped. If you don't want to use oil, you can substitute applesauce for it, actually, for an alternative. I do have some applesauce that I made back in, when was it? Back in the fall. My housemate and I went apple picking up in the mountains, and I made some applesauce. So I have some applesauce. I'm going to use sort of a combination of applesauce and oil. It'll be fine. So we have that. Those are our basic ingredients right there. And then I don't know why I grabbed the sugar. I don't need the sugar. I grabbed the sugar, and I'm like, I'm going to need this. And then it's like, no, I don't. Then you have your extras. So I like to add a little extra something else in, okay? So for me, it's usually chocolate chips, right, if I have them. I've used truffles before. I've used other things. Cinnamon, which is delicious. Ooh, I wonder if I should throw espresso in. I know espresso is good in cake, but I've never tried it in brownies before. I don't know. I might try it. We might go today. I don't have any vanilla. Usually I use vanilla, so I'm going to be using lemon extra. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to put lemon in there. That's gross. All right. So I have that. I have the thingy. Oh, I forgot to grab my hazelnut spread. Maybe I didn't. Where'd it go? Is it hiding from Precious? Oh, here it is. So I also have this. Sorry, dog got excited. So I have this hazelnut cocoa spread. that I will be using. I apologize for the dog. That to add a little extra chocolatiness in it as well. Sydney, hush up, love. So, with those things in mind, let's get started. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut open the powder first. Just pour the powder in the bowl, and I don't really have exact measurements for these things. I follow the recipe on the back of the box to an extent, and then after that I just stop and I throw in whatever the heck I want. So you can see that's pretty full already. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna follow the ingredients on the back of the box recipe. So it wants a 4th cup of water. So instead I'm going to use a 4th cup of milk. Now, if you have if your boxes of brownies have 2 different recipes on them, like one wants a 3rd cup of vegetable oil and the other one wants a 1/2 cup, you just follow both. So I'll put in a 3rd cup of veggie oil and then I'll put a 1/2 cup of veggie oil in. So I just follow the directions as they are written on the back. So we're going to go ahead and do our 4th cup of water, or milk in this case. A 4th cup. So we have a 4th there. And we're going to go ahead and do another one. 4th there. And I'm going to just push this down a little bit so you can see more of what I'm doing. Okay. So we're done with that. Next, it wants a 3rd cup of vegetable oil. So I'm actually going to get out my applesauce now. It's been frozen. It's in a bag right now. And I am going to use a combination of this applesauce and the oil. So it wants a 3rd cup. It's so slimy and sticky and delicious. Woo! Okay, we're just gonna shake that down a little bit. I'm gonna get a spoon. There we go. I'm just going to press that down a little bit so we can get an idea of where we're at with it. Put a little more in. I'll probably wind up using the whole bag. And if you didn't make your own applesauce, store-bought is fine too. It's not a prereq. But making applesauce is actually really, really easy if you've never done it before. Just put some of that down. Get an idea of where it's at. And your brownies do have a slightly different consistency. Are we good? Are we at a 3rd? Yep. Have a slightly different consistency than with applesauce than they do with regular oil. Excuse me. So it really depends on what you want to do. Often too, the back of the box brownies will give you options. Like if you want to, I gotta wash my hands off, they're sticky. Like if you want to make more cake-like brownies, right? You'll have an option for that. Or if you want more veggie brownies, which are the kind of brownies that I like, it'll give you the option for that as well. So we have that in there. And next we're going to actually use oil. It says vegetable oil. I'm using olive oil. And we're going to pour a 3rd in there. And I'm hoping I have enough because this is like the end of my vegetable oil right here. Ooh, I might just have, oh, I'm going to be slightly under. That's okay. That's okay. We'll be okay. Pour that stuff in. Woo, that's a lot of oil, isn't it? We're taking a bath. Okay. And next we're going to use 2 eggs because each recipe calls for an egg. Okay. The oven I have is preheated to 350. Well, because I have a shiny metal pan. Or no, I have a dark metal, nonstick. Wait, I don't know what I have. I just do 350 and it works each time. So that's what I'm going to stick with is 350. So 2 eggs. All right, and I'm going to wash my hands now because that's what you do after you handle raw meat and raw eggs. You wash your hands. Practicing safe kitchen tips all the time. There we go. Okay, so we have our wet ingredients in there. Now what I'm going to do is our basic ingredients, I'm going to add in my extras. So I'm going to just shake in some cinnamon. You don't need a whole lot. Okay. I'm gonna pour in my chocolate chips. I don't have too many left, so I'm just gonna pour what's in there. Okay. I am going to put in my hazelnut spread. I need a spatula. There we go. Just gonna scrape the bottom here. And this stuff's actually from Lidl. This is really good chocolate hazelnut spread because it's like imported directly from Germany or something. I think that's what it says on the bottle. So it's yummy, and it has chunks of hazelnut in it as well. We're gonna have some really freaky chocolate brownies here. I have put walnuts in here before. Walnuts are good if you want a little extra crunch in there. I've cut up some little truffles from Trader Joe's and I've put them in. I've like just stuck caramels down in there before. So you have a lot of different options for what you can do once you add in your basic stuff. Like, get creative with it. Okay. And if you're wondering why I'm not mixing everything up before I add in more stuff, I can't give you an answer. I don't know the reason. This is just how we roll, I guess. Okay. Get the rest of this off. It's very, very sticky. Okay. And next we're going to cut this packet. I still have some oil in here. Whoop. I'm going to cut open this fudgy packet. I'm going to work the fudge down a little bit with my fingers first. And I actually didn't need the measuring spoons, which I probably should have been wary of before. But I'm just going to start from the top here, and I'm going to work the fudge packet out. These are going to be so chocolatey, but that's what we go for. Very saucy packet. There we go. All right, I'm gonna wash off my finger because it's covered in chocolate, and then we're gonna combine all of this. You can combine as you go if you want. It doesn't really matter. I'm very sticky. I didn't need my measuring cups either. I acted as if I was making the brownies from scratch, and I'm not. So I don't know why I grabbed my measuring cups. Oh, this is gonna get deleted later, probably. Not really. Probably would have been better if I edited it though. Okay, so I have a rubber scraper here that is a little more sturdy, so I can use it for stirring, and I'm just gonna combine. Now, when you combine all of your ingredients like this, you wanna make sure you get under the batter and you fold, because what'll happen is a lot of the powder will sit on the bottom, and you wanna make sure you don't have any powder sitting on the bottom. So it's sort of a scooping and a folding motion, making sure everything is combined. And if you have a clear bowl, I recommend you use a clear bowl because you're gonna be able to lift the brownie batter mix and look under it and see whether or not there's any powder sitting on the bottom. And it often likes to sit in the middle too. So you wanna make sure you scrape all around, get all that powder absorbed. It'll be interesting to see how these come out. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we have everything mixed up. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get my pan and we're gonna pour everything in the pan. And we're gonna spread it around a little bit, okay? So here we go. And I'm always very careful when I pour to make sure that it hits the middle. And then I just continue to sort of navigate where the batter is going so I don't spill any of it. Just make sure that it gets in the middle. And you want to scrape your dish as much as possible. Get all that batter out. Scoop, 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 scoop. Scoopity scoop. But leave a little bit in yourself for yourself in there as well, because you can 100% lick the bowl when you're done. So I'm gonna make sure we have all that out, and I'm just gonna spread it out a little bit. There we go. So we have our brownies nice and spread. And now we're going to stick them in the oven. And what I'll do is these are going to take about 40 minutes. So what you do is you put them in for about 40 minutes, okay? Set your timer, 350, 40 minutes, and then come down and check them. Poke them in the center with a knife with a Q-tip. No, don't put a Q-tip in your brownies. With a toothpick, and see if they're done in the middle. If they come out clean, they're done. If they come out and they're still goopy on them, then they're not ready yet. So after the 40 minutes, put them in for maybe about 10-minute increments and see how they do. But that's pretty much how you jazz up your brownies. They're super delicious. They're super good. I bring them to parties. So highly, highly recommend. You are also incredibly important, and have a wonderful day. Oh, and sorry. One more thing. I'm going to post a picture of the finished brownies on Instagram at Allie the Unicorn. So stay tuned. I will post a picture of the finished product there. All right. See ya.